Oh man, you're like sticking right in there. Welcome. I'll scoot over for you a little bit. Welcome.
Cramped in here.
It is cramped in here. We still got to get out of this temporary studio that we're in. But anyway, Mary's out there.
Also known as my room.
Also as what?
Also known as
also known as your future room. Yes, yes. Welcome out there, everybody. Neil, Sandy, Patrick, Mary, embracing the repeat. I know who you are. That's Samantha. Josh is out there. Welcome everybody who's jumping on here. I hope I caught everybody. Sandy, it's so nice to see you. I know it's been a long time since we've seen you out there, but welcome to the WDWpov live stream show. Yes, we're on a special night tonight. Very special night. Yeah, exactly, Mary. This is it's a mixed up night tonight, that's for sure. And obviously a lot of you, probably all of you, know about what happened with Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp, and I think a few other
pretty much anything owns.
Yeah, anything Facebook related. It's pretty much kaput yesterday for quite a few hours. I'm sure that made a lot of you actually maybe have to look at some live people and talk to them in person, which I know that's a little strange, isn't it? No, you didn't have to do that?
No, everything Google had was still operating, so YouTube was just fine.
Okay.
It's not like I went out at all yesterday either.
And I see Patty and Jack are on the other screen here waiting to join us. I'm going to wait, though, because she's still eating dinner. Sorry.
She's not amused.
But welcome, everybody. Katie's out there. Hi, Katie. Well, this is a mixed up night.
It feels like Saturday to me.
It does. Well, it's screwed up in a lot of ways, Mary.
You know, the past month has just felt like one long Saturday to me.
Well, the past month has been 5 days. Or do you mean September?
Since September.
Since
like the end of September.
Okay, so we've got
close to the end.
October 5th, not our normal night. It's a Tuesday night. It's 8 o'clock. Normally, Tuesday at 8 is Big Fat Panda territory. And, you know, so yesterday, here's what happened. Here's how it all went down. So yesterday, what are you laughing about?
That's an astute observation, Josh.
What's that? What did he say? Josh says, at least Patty doesn't have to eat her dinner off the top of a trash can like Epcot. Yes. Actually, we did do that, Josh. I'm sure you saw that post out there. We did have our little trash can dinner at Epcot for the food and wine. And it was, you know, filet medallions and cheese soup on top of a la trash can. So lots of fun. So yesterday we decided, well, a couple of things happened. Obviously, the Facebook thing happened. You know, our group and our page were still sporadic. Most people's pages and groups were still sporadic by, you know, within an hour before we were going to try and do the show. And it was sort of like, I think we're going to call it. And then we had sort of just a quick little minor blip emergency. I said medical thing, but it wasn't. I mean, it was just basically somebody in the house got a little sick very quickly. It was done very quickly, but, you know, probably allergy related and things like that. So not a big deal, but that happened. And it was like, that's the icing on the cake. You know, I'm pulling the plug on this. We're not doing this on Monday night. So then, but before I, you know, figured out when we were going to do the show, I messaged our buddy, Big Fat Panda, John Sakari. And he got back to me pretty quickly.
I don't know him.
You know him. Come on, give me a break. So you harass him online all the time. Yeah. Yes, you do. So what we ended up doing is he messaged me back and I said, okay, here's the deal. We are doing our show probably Tuesday night instead of Monday night. I was thinking either 7, 8, 9.
And he's out living it up in Disney.
Well, I saw him in Disney. I saw him last Friday. We may see a picture of him here if we get to this quick enough. But so he messaged me back and said, you know what? He was canceling his show for Tuesday night anyway. So we were more than welcome to take over the 8 o'clock slot for tonight. So we are in the Big Fat Panda slot. Thank you, John, for...
It's going to be a little bit hard to fill. We're a little too skinny.
I'll tell you what, he's trimming out though. I saw him.
So is he gonna have to change his name?
He might have to call himself the big, not as fat panda. Maybe the new call tag. Maybe the big, not as fat panda. But yeah, it does feel like Monday still. You know, the whole week is thrown off because it's, for us anyway, because of this whirlwind trip that we did actually get to do at Disney World last week. It was a very haphazardly, last minute, thrown together, very, very last minute trip, but it worked out. It worked out. So the big slim Jeff and Marcus show. Yes, we'll call it that. And
calling me slim is a little.
You're pretty slim. You're very slim. Come on, you're very slim. But
say
yeah,
that in 10 years.
So yeah, glad we saw what.
Say that in 10 years.
No, that's your problem then. but yeah, we did see him down there. Saw a big fat panda there. It was nice.
Can't wait to hear what you thought. Well,
I think his mom also. Your mom also steering the comments down there.
No.
Are you doing comments? Yes. No.
She's not.
Okay. We can't tell. But anyway, so.
She's going to put one up now just to annoy you.
I think so. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to give you our honest feedback, our honest trip report, and we're going to try and whirl through this as quickly as we can. I've got a ton of pictures. I still have a ton of pictures that did not download yet onto my laptop here. They are, T9 is saying you need to be as slim as me. Okay, you're pretty slim. Yes,
also a lot
Sandy.
Shorter than I thought.
Yes, glad we went. What's that?
She's also a lot shorter than I thought.
Yeah. T9 is a little shorter than I thought in person too. But you know, short is okay. Nothing wrong with that. Your mom's fairly short.
No, I was just saying that she was shorter than I thought she was going to be.
Okay. So
Who cares?
We're going to give you a whirlwind tour. I did not get all the pictures downloaded
In
onto my
today's
laptop.
news, no one cares.
And so we're going to try and go through what I have. And we may need to make this a two-parter episode. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some more next Monday about it. Patty's saying, "Am I glad I went?" I don't know.
Probably not.
Let's find out.
She is not short. Well, I'm taller than you.
Can I bring you on, Patty? Just give me a nod, yes or no. Okay. So Patty and Jack are standing by here. Let's do the side to side. Well, let's try side to side.
It already went to the side to side.
No. This side to side. There we go. So now you get the.
My
Can we
hair
hear you?
is a
I can hear you.
Why is my hair always a disaster?
Well, I mean, it just came back from Disney, and we just did like a 36-hour long day, and then driving home, and then. By the way, yes. Nope, 2 days ago now. It would have been yesterday if the show was yesterday. But 2 days ago, Sunday, October 3rd, was Patty's birthday.
True story.
So, true story. Yes, Patty's birthday. So we literally drove home from Disney Saturday night, overnight, drove to Ohio.
It was that was not overnight. That was all of Sunday.
And then a big part of Sunday. So it was like, we left Disney World around 10:30 that night, got to Ohio around 5:30 the next afternoon, just in time for her, for our older kids to have thrown together a little birthday bash and dinner. And so as soon as we got home, literally we started celebrating Patty's birthday. So it was a very, very whirlwind, crazy, absolutely nutso weekend. And last week as well.
Here's what I'm going to say about Am I Glad I Went? Thank you, Sandy. It was not the trip that I said that I wanted.
True. The original trip was a lot nicer that we had planned.
When we left in February and I was rolling my suitcase up the stairs and everywhere, I said, the next time we go, we're going to stay at a deluxe. And I'm not wheeling my suitcase around. I'm getting too old for this. And yet here I found myself not in a deluxe, and I was still rolling my suitcase around.
Yeah, it was definitely not the deluxe. It was on the downside. It was probably the lowest of the budget resorts.
And,
We
and
ended
the
up.
thing is, we were in the resort more because we were not in the parks every day.
Mhm.
And so, if we were, say, somewhere like the beach club, I would have been in the pool area. And it's not, it
If
has
you were at the
more to-
Polynesian, you would have been at the Pineapple Lanai every day.
That's
Which
correct.
we were there twice anyway, weren't we? On this trip, we were at the Pineapple Lanai twice. I think at least twice.
Well,
Do
we
values
were.
You
have-
guys, you were there.
Have what?
What?
Pools? Maybe Mary's asking about the pool. I don't.
Oh no, it has a pool. I actually took Jack to the pool Thursday afternoon for a very
But it's
short
a
swim.
camera. I mean, you get what you pay for, basically.
Right.
What it
Right.
amounts to. But
Right.
in addition to that, I don't like excessive crowds, and so I should have come to the beach club on October 1st.
Well,
Mary,
all we
is
did
that what you
that
were
day
doing,
was
hanging
eat.
out by the pool? See, here's the thing. I know, the upside was I got to meet Mary and Nevaeh and Steve, and that was wonderful. I got to meet Samantha and Patrick, and that was wonderful. And I love one-on-one.
And then we got to meet other people who.
He's already given people a hard time.
Mary's asking, do values have bell services? They probably do. However, this was an exceedingly cheap trip.
Not cheap trick, cheap trip.
So, and we met up with Monorail Tales, and that was wonderful. I enjoyed talking with everyone.
Marcus is hemming and hawing about meeting up with Monorail Tales. They should. They're gonna have to give him a hard time.
Sheila was fine.
Okay. Sheila was fine. That's it.
I mean, Michael was okay.
Oh my goodness.
Stephen was, well, Sheila, sort of.
Oh, Stephen and Sheila. Stephen and Sheila are one and the same sometimes on Facebook, and Marcus gives him a hard time about the fact that sometimes Stephen comments as Sheila, and it's interesting because you see the comments and you're like, that doesn't sound like Sheila.
I loved meeting
When
Rick
you
and
see
his
her in person.
family and Michael and his family, and we sat and talked with Bill and his wife, and they're all delightful people, and I enjoyed it. I can honestly say I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that my
Glad you
husband
did.
dragged me along. However, that one-on-one or one-on-5 or one-on 15, 20, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with the one on 80,000.
It wasn't 80,000 though. Was not 80,000 at Magic Kingdom. My understanding is they're still supposedly at a 35% limit. That's what I was told. That's what I was told by a cast member who then sort of tongue in cheek said, "But I think we've gone over it some days."
I would say, if you believe that,
Can we just pull up like the picture, the video of?
See, Mary is saying Magic Kingdom wasn't bad on 10-1, and I'll get into that a little bit.
Can we just pull up the video of like J. Jonah Jameson from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies laughing?
No, I mean it was a weird day. Now we're jumping around here. I wanted to actually start with how we got there and actually sort of roll in from like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday a little
Josh, it was not 35%. Epcot on Saturday was not at 35%. They could lie and.
Well, it might have been 35% of like 1.6 million, or maybe something like that. But no, here's the thing. There was on 10-1 on Friday, on the anniversary date, that one bottleneck that's always there in Fantasyland, like between It's a Small World, Peter Pan, right through that. It's like that funnel right there. Everybody gets stuck. You can't see the ground. It's always crowded there. I walked right through there several times back and forth without.
Okay, Sandy said, pull that comment back up. Sandy said park was closed. They wouldn't let people park hop in there, but
Sure.
they
True.
aren't operating it. They say they're not operating at full capacity, and I, to some extent, believe that. But if my ideal time to go is the second or third week of September, when it's the crowds historically are very low, or
Yeah.
end of January, beginning of February, when crowds are historically low. We
But
have
here
been
was-
there at other times. We've been there the week before Easter, and
Yeah. We're
Everyone
already
was
we're
in line
already
for the Emporium.
we're already off the rails here because I actually had a format.
Everyone was in line for the Emporium. Yeah, everyone was in line to get a piece of whoever was fighting over those Starbucks mugs.
Yeah, it was nuts. No, here's the deal. So yeah, I mean, it was a weird day on the anniversary date because hey Kelly, there were so many people in line for merchandise and so many people in line for specialty cups and food and this and that. The lines for the rides, and if you looked at the app, most of the time the ride lines were like 5, 10, 15 minutes. Even some of the big rides, like Splash Mountain, it was like 10, 15-minute wait. We just were practically walking on. Big Thunder Mountain was basically no wait. Seven Dwarves was maybe a little bit of a wait, maybe 30, 40, 45 minutes at times. But that's not any worse than, on a relatively moderate day. But most of the rides were 5 to 15 minutes long, which is not bad at all. It's because all the people were going for the merchandise. Everybody was doing that and not riding the rides. Almost like when you go to sort of like one of the special events, like Mickey's Not So Scary, or maybe, the old traditional Mickey's Not So Scary, or the Christmas Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. Most people aren't riding the rides because they want to get their free, Christmas mug of eggnog, and they want to get some candy for Halloween or whatever.
Yeah, eggnog, right?
Oh, that's eggnog is something else, I'll tell you.
Read the comments.
Look at that. See, Josh says,
"Thanks, Jack. I saw Jaws on October 31st, which I remember you telling me about at the Canfield Fair." And what was the other comment for him? There was another comment. Jack has a calendar that he marks the days he was acting out. Right?
That's right. October 31st, 2021. Jack is going to do Jaws and Frankenweenie. He's going to act them out on October 31st.
And then he's going to watch them on November 1st.
Starting at 9 a.m. So
then he's going to watch them like the day after, apparently.
Maybe we should live stream that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they'll just be watching all day long.
It will be fun. But anyway, let's sort of back up a few steps here, though. Just to give you an idea how our trip went. So what was it, last Sunday night?
I've got a great idea to squeeze money out of these suckers.
What?
We have them give us money on our Patreon or PayPal or whatever to have Jack put their name into song form. Like he was doing at Ohana.
Oh my goodness.
You want your own personalized video song of Jack singing your name?
Wait, what did Mary say? The wait times were longer for Boo Bash than they were for the first. Yeah, I agree. I don't doubt that. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sandy, thank you for that. Yeah. Or they were waiting 4 to 5 hours on Main Street or in the hub in front of the castle waiting for the fireworks to start. Oh my goodness. I know I did see the fireworks, but it wasn't in a great spot, but I didn't wait 4 or 5 hours either. I waited about a half hour. So
Jack is said he's not going to bite people.
He's going to be playing all the characters. So if anyone, he's going to be biting himself.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to pretend to get eaten by a rubber shark toy.
He's going to pretend to be eaten by a rubber shark. That's good. I like that. And what do you want to be for Halloween, Jack?
Bruce, the shark from Finding Nemo.
You want Bruce?
So if anybody would like to contribute to the Keeping Patty Sane Fund. I could either buy a really expensive costume that looks like Bruce the shark from Nemo, Finding Nemo, or I can make one and devote lots of time to it. So this shall be interesting.
Oh my goodness.
D9 doesn't want you to be eaten. So
okay, so we've gone 20 minutes and we haven't even started into the pictures or anything here. So,
and we haven't even touched on
there's
today's news.
4 of us here.
What is today's news?
Non-news.
None news. None news today. We're just going with what we're talking about, and that's it. Nothing else exists today. Just the trip report. So, without further ado, what was it? Last Sunday night, you said to me something like,
No, I
you want
said
to maybe try and go still? Monday morning, you had like a Pops, you had the, not Pop Center, you had the...
this is a conversation for the Disney Couples podcast. We did not go to Boo Bash.
Because we hate Halloween.
No, we don't hate it.
Well, you don't hate it. I
They
hate
took
it.
down the Mickey pumpkins, but they have replaced them with... They look like Cinderella's carriage.
Basically, the pumpkin from the Cinderella carriage pumpkin is what
And
they
there
had
was gold
replaced.
on it, and so thank you, Kelly. So this
Yes,
is
they were. They were at the hub at 4:00.
This is
Maybe
a
earlier.
conversation for the Disney Couples podcast. Why? Not that I had a change of heart. So I'm sitting in church on Sunday, and I will honestly say I dug my heels in. I said, I am not going. If we're not going to the resort that we had planned, and we're not, it was supposed to be what, 10 days? Something like that?
I don't think it was 10 days. We were supposed to go down, I think, the 24th or the 25th.
The 24th.
And then coming back on the 2nd.
So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
It was like 8 days.
9. It was 9.
No, okay.
Okay. So we were supposed to be there 9 days. And
I'm just getting prepared.
I agree with you, T9. There are no fireworks that I would wait that long for. So, because everyone was waiting for the fireworks that long, and we were in Magic Kingdom it was the last night of Happily Ever After. Is that what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Wednesday night.
We rode some rides, and when we got off, we were near the teacup area, and we could see fireworks. Obviously, we couldn't see the castle, but there was no one there. No one.
Oh, Wednesday was like crazy dead as far as the whole park. I mean,
there were people waiting hours in front of the
no, up until the afternoon when people park hopped over to see Happily Ever After. But most of those people sat in the hub and on Main Street. So again, for hours. So
in the hot Florida sun.
Yeah, it was like 91 that day. I don't know, something crazy. But yeah, we just ended up having fun on rides because nobody else was riding anything. So we took advantage.
Sunday, so I was digging my heels in. I said, absolutely not. I'm not going. And I was sitting in church on Sunday.
Oh, is this what happened? Okay, I didn't hear this part. Go ahead.
And I had a moment of, okay, so you still do not have a job. And even if you didn't hear this, I have this moment of, even if this is like Abraham giving Sarah away to some, God protected Sarah. And so I had this revelation where even if I think you are making the biggest mistake of our lives, I am going to trust that God will protect me and the kids.
So even if I'm just a complete idiot, you're, and I'm trying to give you away,
Even.
Even.
So if anyone doesn't the Abraham and Sarah story where Abraham gives his wife away to a king?
Not a big deal. Yeah. Hey, just take off,
And
you're
said,
good.
pretend you're my sister.
Yes, Sister Patty, how are you today?
So it was that moment that I said, okay, I'm trusting God with this. Josh thinks this is the best show with the entire family.
It's crazy town.
So that's why I said what I said on Sunday night.
Okay, so you ended up getting online. You found something at, the budget resort, All-Star Movies. We cut the days back considerably. Instead of going on the 24th, we ended up not going until, we left Monday night, got there Tuesday. But here's the deal. And only 2-day park passes instead of 5.
Where did Jack go? They want to know where you're at.
Yeah, he's wandering. He's wandering around. So here's what happens. So Monday rolls around. We're still not even sure we're going or not. I have to do some fund transfers and things like that. And if that didn't work, we couldn't pay to get the reservation on the resort. I don't know if do you call All-Star Movies a resort? Is it good enough to call a resort, or you just call it a hotel?
The pillows and the mattresses are nice.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I slept so well there. I mean, even if it was only just a few hours a night, which most nights it was only a few hours a night.
I somehow was waking up at normal time.
Man, I crashed when oh my goodness. Was it comfortable? Those pillows, the mattresses. Oh, wow. And it just sort of like rejuvenated me, my muscles. I don't feel sore, tired, whatever. I felt pretty good.
Did I
but anyway,
when I was turning?
What's that?
Okay, so
wait, hold on there. I want to mention something about that. Yeah, so the park passes, this was the weird thing, Josh, is we had made the reservations last year, literally like right after Disney announced they were doing park reservations. They were doing that system. I ended up I booked something. You only have to put $200 down, and made the reservations in advance for this week, and had Magic Kingdom booked for a park reservation for four people. That reservation carried through until literally just a few weeks ago when we had to cancel.
The reason it carried through is because we did not cancel.
Like the communist Russia thing.
Rescheduled so we have a vacation with that deposit rescheduled for January.
Yeah.
Mary, what are you doing staying in communist Russia?
Because we had the tickets for that vacation. They didn't drop off right away. So it's a
Saratoga Springs.
If it's a resort or not.
I think so.
Well, why was there an R in Saratoga Springs? The initials.
Saratoga Springs Resort.
She's talking to us. I like movies, but I like music better. She's talking about the resort, All-Star Movies or All-Star Music. Well,
we hadn't done an All-Star Resort for maybe 10 years? Maybe.
Now,
AKA
the reason I chose movies is because Jack
No,
is
not badass.
more into the movies.
What does more into the movies mean?
You like movies?
Yes, I do.
We've been to Saratoga Springs. We've been to the Pop Century, different ones there. We've been to Art of Animation. We've been to Port Orleans, both Riverside and French Quarter. Coronado Springs. We've been to quite a few over the years. Caribbean Beach. Yep. Is it Caribbean Beach or Caribbean Beach?
Caribbean.
Mary does not like Saratoga Springs. We were there once for a week.
And we paid $200.
Yeah, we paid. Yeah, it was a heck of a deal we got. It was So we actually liked it because it was very cheap, but it was actually pretty nice. Not the most convenient, although it was cool that you could take a boat over to Disney Springs or over to Port Orleans. That was sort of neat to do. But anyway, Josh says he's going to be at All-Star Movies by himself next. Oh, that's right. Yeah, and invited Jeff Dixon, Disney author, to meet
He
there.
corrected himself, not next month.
Is it this month? Yes. 2 weeks. I know. It's crazy. It's already October. But anyway, so Monday rolls around. We don't even know if we're going yet or not.
We're
already a half
35
hour into a
minutes
show.
this, and we haven't even covered anything.
I know. I'm trying to, and every time I do, we get sidetracked. This is what we do.
No more viewer interactivity. No
Yes,
more.
everybody shut up.
You guys don't get to have your comments highlighted. You guys have to pay for that privilege now.
So Monday, and this was
Marcus is an entrepreneur.
Well, hey, Mary gave us $5 for literally nothing.
That's true. She did. She was our first
Super chat.
Super chat. Our only super chat so far. Our first and only super chat so far. Anyone who's on YouTube right now, never mind.
Yes, any of you 4 people watching on YouTube, if you'd like to have your comment highlighted, we will gladly accept your super chat.
Okay, whatever. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. So Monday rolls around. We don't know we're going or not. I'm on the phone as I'm driving, and I was doing it with the earbuds. So I was, what's that? You probably got 30 cents of that money.
Well,
yeah,
that's 30 cents more than we had previously.
No, I think it was about $3.
They give us $5.
I know. I think it was I think we got 3 or something out of it.
Man, they take a big cut.
They did take a big cut.
That's why people say for charities, don't use super chat.
Excuse me, Jack. Yeah, that's why we have the PayPal account, the WDWpov PayPal account. So, if you want to do it that way, we're good. Hospital bills. Oh, I know.
Who cares about real issues?
No, I do. I care about real issues. So here's the deal.
What's T9 saying? She's staying at B Resort.
Which resort are you staying at, T9? B Resort. B Resort.
A B level?
Maybe. Got to tell us which one. Anyway, so I'm driving to Cleveland because my brother had a credit for a couple of tickets for a game. He couldn't come. B Resort. Okay, you're confusing me. Anyone who knows what B Resort is?
It's in Disney Springs.
What?
It's B Resort or B Hotels and Resorts. B Resort.
Oh, it's at Disney Springs. Okay. Got it.
We've never heard about.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So my brother had gotten some tickets. He couldn't use them. It was for the last home game of the Cleveland Indians, the last ever game to be played.
It wasn't until it was postponed.
Well, that's true. Yeah. It was supposed to be last Wednesday. We were going to go, the Wednesday before our trip, but it got postponed to Monday. So it turned out to be the last ever home game of the Cleveland Indians because now they are known as the Guardians. Okay. So they got rid of the Indians.
Know about your game. You just
we really don't care.
So show the stadium real quick and move
I'm doing that. That's what I'm going to do. I'll bring that up. Here we go. Okay. So here I'll whirl through these real quickly here.
No,
so here
we don't want your slideshow. I don't want your slideshow, and I know you.
Oh, come on. Look at Jack. Look how cute he
know
is
what they
there.
want? They want my crappy Photoshop.
He looks like a model there. Look at him. Come on. You don't want me to do this? That guy's a jerk. There's a jerk. Okay.
You got that right.
Thanks a lot. There's Slider. There's
that guy's a jerk.
Last time you're ever going to see this at the stadium because they're now the Guardians. Here they are warming up. The Indians warming up. Here's Jack with me getting ready for the game. Just having a good old time. There they are, national anthem. See, come on, look at that. Come on, you didn't want me to bring this picture up either. Look at that kid.
Picture.
Josh, if we do that, we're going to be here for as long as the game actually went for, I'm sure.
Yes, we will give you a breakdown. Well, they won 8-3. That's my breakdown of the game right there. Cleveland won 8-3. It was a very, very cool moment to see them win their final home game. There he is with his.
Jack, tell them about the important things. What did you eat at the game?
I ate
Here you go. Here's some of it.
peanuts,
A hot dog and peanuts,
popcorn,
popcorn.
Here's the hot dog race. Here's the hot dog race.
What else?
Do you remember who won, Jack Jack? Was it ketchup or mustard?
Who won? Ketchup or mustard?
ketchup,
Ketchup. Okay. So a hot dog, peanuts, popcorn. What else?
I can't.
He can't remember.
Here's his popcorn. Here's his popcorn. See?
Okay.
Okay, so
Did he
that's
cut
that.
can-
So we're doing that. We're doing that on Monday. So we drove an hour and a half to get there. Then we did the game, which is about 4 hours, give or take. Hour and a half back home. So it's now, I don't know, what time did I get home?
I don't know.
6:30, something like that. It was late in the afternoon. While I was driving there, though, I got the reservations confirmed. Everything got confirmed. I got the money transferred. Everything was cool. Patty's starting to pack at home.
Tanks.
Who did that?
The police officer from Jaws.
Oh, okay. We're talking about
Okay.
Jaws.
The funny part of my Universal movie that I'm gonna act out on October 31st, 2021, before Frank and Weenie.
So it's going to be a double bill. Jaws
The funny
and Frankenweenie.
Jaws.
Okay, so we're going to talk about our Disney trip.
So we end up, you're packing, I'm loading the car up, and then me and Marcus at 8:00 did a quick show last Monday night, right? You ended up being a solo co-host for a while.
Yeah, nobody really
Who
cares.
said?
Yeah. So we did a quick show, just to basically,
Which just goes to show this is not my audience.
we did a quick show just to announce that we were leaving for Disney and that this was happening. So we started driving about 9:30 that night?
I don't know.
That sound about right? Sandy watched it. See?
Nobody had interacted with me.
Well,
Nobody cared.
well, you were talking about Star Wars stuff, and
See,
we don't have a lot of big Star Wars
see
fans.
all the stuff that I would be willing to talk about, no one's interested in.
That's the way it is. So we start driving. We took a little longer than normal because I was obviously very tired from a long day already. I'm not sure why Jack's clapping, but he's clapping
not.
about something.
He's
Oh, he's
doing
just smacking
this.
his hand. Okay, we're gonna do this then. Okay, so
And it's a
is that an Italian thing? I mean, hey, what's the matter for you? What's the matter for you?
Can we get this?
it's probably the equivalent of this.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So, see, she even watched a few of our video things that we did too. So here's the deal. We get to Disney the next day. Do you remember what time we got there? It was close. It was around 5:00-ish, 5-ish in the afternoon. We
Yeah.
get, what's that?
What time was dinner? At 7:30?
Saying that's just water.
I
Okay,
think
so
7:30.
When we got there, where did we go eat? When we got to Disney, the first night.
I can't remember what it was called.
Does everybody know what this is? If you drive down to Disney, you know this landmark.
That is an ugly building.
Technically, it's known as the eyesore on I-4.
Saying that's just water.
Apparently, they actually completed it though. It's actually finished. I
The
think
funny
somebody
part
told
from
me.
Disney movie that I'm gonna act out on October 31st,
Okay, where did we
2021,
go?
after Jaws.
So we got here around 5 or 5:30 the next day on Tuesday, and
Saying
we had
that's just water.
reservations. Oh, here's our room. Here's a few pictures of the
The funny
room.
part from a Disney movie that I'm gonna act out on October 31st, 2021,
Why are
after
you taking
Jaws.
pictures of us when we didn't know? it?
Okay, this is important here. Okay, you see this? This was over our bed. And you were giving me and Mom a hard time about the fact we were going to be sleeping underneath this. I think you called it an abomination. Is that what you called it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, the one on the right's the biggest abomination out of all of them.
The Donald version.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donald is a little weird looking in this version, but not as bad as I think Goofy though. Goofy looks like
Goofy
a homeless
is
person.
awful.
Yeah, he looks like he just got off the streets from somewhere.
Goofy looks like he could just be a drug addict.
Possibly, yes.
Or
possibly.
he's living in San Francisco.
That
Okay,
could be
come
too.
on, move on.
So this was, some things in the room. Actually, it wasn't a bad room. And again, like we said, the mattresses were great. This was in one of the drawers. They had, stuff for that. They had the remote is in, it's in cellophane. So, you're not touching whatever.
Steve got homeless Goofy as a key.
Meth Goofy. It's got its safe. We got the,
What was that drawer?
The
Go
drawer.
back to the drawer.
There,
And
this.
the drawers, he
Comments are
took the
endless.
drawer at a bad angle.
Marcus's cynical comments are an endlessly great source of
Turn
entertainment.
your head this way
At least
so
someone
we can
appreciates
draw.
it.
What was that?
Turn your head. Tell Mary to turn her head.
Yeah,
towards-
turn your head sideways.
Can
turn
you
your
turn
head.
the picture?
I mean, I could.
So there's coffee and tea packets. It's for the coffee machine.
There you go.
Big
That's
pack.
what it looks like. How's that?
There's creamers. There's cups. He's looking down into the drawer. There's some
Yeah.
tea bags and coffee, and it's a 1 or 2 cup coffee pot.
Right. So yeah, it had some nice stuff in the room. I thought it was pretty good. Back to the remote, back to the safe, the Gideon Bible. I think what is that, extra pillow or something in there? Decent sized TV. This is one of our bags, our magic bands from a previous trip. Okay, so I don't know.
See, Nina, just so you know, all of my children, no, I can't say all of them. A few of my children became very cynical when they started on their own listening to political commentary. And then they mellow out a little. So there's hope for him. He'll mellow out. All of my children were much more on top of what was going on than I was. So that I don't know how that happened. So
Okay. So you remember back to when Marcus was making fun of the things above our bed.
Oh,
I did a little video of him as he was opening up, and we had no idea what was here. So this was fun. Let me see if this works. I hope you don't get any reverb or anything, but let's see.
Making Christmas. Making Christmas.
so they have this nice little pull-out bed.
And you were worried about what me and Mom are going to have over our heads.
Oh man.
So you can't see who that is. I hope you took a picture.
I did not
You
get a
can
good
see
picture.
who that is.
You can. It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
You literally got them mixed up.
Or I'm sorry. What?
It's based on their colors.
Yeah. So
That stinks.
that was
Yeah.
fun. That was fun.
Surprisingly, the new DuckTales art style wasn't bad, though. Which that's not the art style they used.
Right.
They used like a comic book-esque style.
So we got to the room. We got cleaned up a little bit. Then we headed over to
We only got cleaned up a little bit.
yes.
Like only our arms, our legs, and feet were filthy still.
I brushed my teeth.
The way you say we got cleaned up a little bit.
I blew my nose, and then we were off to Whispering Canyon for dinner at 7:30. So we got to the room. We got, didn't even have probably more than an hour to spare in the room, and we're off and running again after being on the road for over 20 hours and being at an Indians
Yes,
game the day before.
Whispering Canyon Cafe.
Yes. And yeah, so this was sort of neat. They had these little banners up, world's most magical celebration. This was our waitress, and this was the first of the
No,
iridescent.
that wasn't our waitress.
Well, no, I'm sorry. She was the
Hostess.
hostess. Thank you.
Difference.
Thank you for that. And this was the first iridescent badge, the tag that I think I noticed of while we had just gotten there. And you can even see in this picture, you can see how it's sort of flashing different colors even right there. Some greens and yellows, and it does like oranges and reds and different stuff depending on how the light hits it. So those were neat.
Okay,
Okay.
so let me do.
Here's Patty
I get
drinking
to.
something.
Why are you taking pictures of me? I get to do. I get to do a little food report on Whispering Canyon.
Okay, do a quick food report because you have to be
Terrible water.
gluten free. Yes, terrible
The water was bad, and I remember the water being bad in almost everywhere. The water is filtered on Disney property. I don't know if they have a bad filter. The name tags are very pretty. The only thing is with the blue name tags, you can't really see the iridescent. So T9 has her favorite waiters and waitresses at Whispering Canyon. The food has changed. And
A little bit. The skillet, they have different kinds of skillets or something now.
I was not as impressed as I was in the past. I mean, it was still good, but I don't think it was as good. Almost everywhere we went, food-wise, they use COVID as an excuse for cutting out things, which doesn't.
What I want to know is why is the land and sea skillet have chicken and then vegan sausage?
They cut out the milkshakes.
Yeah, it was still on the menu, but they didn't have them. No
Because of
milkshakes.
COVID. Now, maybe it's because, I don't know, there's too many people over there and they were trying to social distance and it was something they haven't brought back yet. I don't know, but it seemed odd. There was something
Ed
else
will
that they
not be
cut.
happy.
Oh, Ed will not. And they might bring it back by the time you guys go. But yeah,
Bounce back.
well, okay, Kelly says that the water tastes like soft saline for the first 30 years. I thought the water tasted like sour. They did not do anything special with the ketchup. They did very few special things.
Yeah, it was not
couple-
the sort of thing like they used to do there at all. The special gags and things that they used to do.
Yeah, some of the wait staff was loud and yelled things, but that was about it. And there was something else they said they cut out. I can't remember what the other thing was, food wise.
Yeah, the milkshake was the big one. The big one for me.
Mary, when you're actually like making plans while you're driving down,
here's the thing though. Remember, they had the milkshakes on the menu.
Oh.
They were on the menu. They just said we don't have them anymore. The things that they said they didn't have anymore were on the menu, and I don't remember what the other thing was. It was, I thought, something that you liked, and it was on the menu. So you can't just look at the menu and assume that it's there. And I think this happened at a couple of restaurants where there were things on the menu that just aren't there anymore. So yeah, I wish you could just look at the menu and try and plan accordingly, but you can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, passing ketchup bottles with COVID is probably not a great idea. Although there's
any germ. Any germ.
There was, I mean,
don't act like it's a special one. Any germ could be passed.
That's true.
Just stop talking about it.
Yeah. A lot has definitely changed. Hey, look who's out there, Patty.
Hi, Carolyn. So we are talking about our trip. For anyone that wants to know, Carolyn is a travel agent, and she could have booked our trip, and we could have blessed her with that. But we didn't because we did it so quick we didn't even think.
We didn't even think, yes.
Oh, they changed with the skillet. You used to get a salad, and you no longer get the salad. I don't know if that's COVID or not. I don't know if salads have COVID.
It could be, what do you get from salads when they're bad salads?
E. coli? I don't know.
E. coli, yeah. That could have been an E. coli thing. So anyway, so we finished up there. Did you have more to say about that or no?
No, I was just trying to figure out
because we haven't even gotten past day one yet, technically.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Yeah, Mary says, yeah, it's just cuts all over the place.
Yeah. Otherwise, Bob Paycheck would lose his namesake.
Bob Paycheck, yes, Bob Chapek. Paycheck.
The wait staff, the hostess, everyone at Whispering Canyon was what you would expect as far as Disney service. Well, I'd have no complaints there. The one thing we did notice, Carolyn said, hi, Jack Jack.
There's been a lettuce shortage for like 10 years now.
The one thing I did notice, hi, Nevaeh.
Are we going to get to anything else?
Yes, I'm trying.
We're almost an hour in.
I know.
Okay,
that's what I said. It's going to run long. This one's going to be probably a two-parter.
I was going to mention that we did notice, and I've never noticed this to this extreme, groups of cast members talking together and ignoring park guests.
Yes.
Or in shops, ignoring people, and just overall lack of training for some cast members.
And before Nevaeh goes to bed, and also just to prove, Steve Browning does exist. He was at Disney. Here he is, right there. And Jack.
Steve?
So this, I see that, Steve. Oh, great. So our day wasn't quite done yet. So we had dinner at 7:30. We finished dinner around 8:30, 8:45, and then headed over to Beach Club to meet
Marcus saw Steve.
To meet Mary and Nevaeh and Steve.
Yep, that is a factually true statement, Mary.
What's that? Marcus saw Steve. True. And the sad thing is, we did not get
a picture.
A picture. I kept thinking about it, and I was like, oh, they probably don't want us taking pictures, all together. Like, whatever. I don't know why, but we never got.
I'm the biggest offender of, when I'm with people, I don't have pictures of me and the kids, me and my grandkids, because I never say to people, take a picture of us. I'm in the moment, and I don't. It's not a priority. It's not that it's not a priority. I just don't think about it.
Right. And that's true, Mary. It was like I just took a handful of quick ones while they were sort of interacting, and Mary said she forgot to. And if you want, Mary, I can send these pictures over to you, but they're not spectacular. But here's Jack and Nevaeh were talking, and Steve was talking, and Patty was there, and we're all just sort of, and there's, you can't see Patty, but there's Mary and Patty are hugging in the background. Here's Nevaeh, and what's that? We would have took pictures. Guess that means we just have to go to Disney some other time again. Yes, Steve, I can do that. But yeah, Jack and Nevaeh hit it off really well. Here they are talking some more. Jack's getting a little bit, excited here, and here we go. There's one of the hugs, one of many hugs. You remember hugging Nevaeh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
And he kissed her on the forehead.
Yeah, he kissed her on the forehead. Oh, it was so cute, the two of them.
He said, I love you.
He did. He said, I love you, Nevaeh. Oh my goodness, what a night. So, but yeah, that was so that was sort of, I guess, getting close to the end of our night. The first night we were there, this was
So
at the
that
beach
was at
club.
that was at what's the name of the restaurant we went to? The
Peaches and Cream.
Peaches and Cream. We ordered at the takeout window, and we had not eaten dessert at Whispering Canyon. Part of the issue with eating dessert at a lot of these restaurants is the gluten-free. There are some that have fantastic gluten-free desserts, and there are others that you read the gluten-free dessert and you're like, okay, my choice is rice pudding or
A donut.
A donut.
Prepackaged donut.
See, nice. I'm jealous. I never got a kiss on the forehead.
Yeah.
Tell her you'll give her a kiss on the forehead.
Well, yeah, because we were all
I'll give
acting
you a
insane
kiss
about
on the
something.
forehead next time.
All resorts have
Hey,
those.
Carolyn,
Yes,
take a look at my
yes.
calendar.
Oh, go ahead. You could show Carolyn your calendar.
Yes, they did. They put these rugs up at the resorts, and they're really cool. I think that's a nice little touch for the 50th anniversary. Yeah, some of the
plant-based desserts are not good. Well, I'll tell you this much: some of those plant-based sausages aren't good.
T9 is going to hold you to that kiss on the forehead. Here, let's. There we go. Let me get that. Oh yeah, there we go. October 31st, Jaws and Frankenweenie movie. There you have it. Acting.
Okay, can we get...
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Mary. It's like, man, one of those mats would look really good on our front door.
Maybe they should just, sell them.
I mean, they should. I mean, they had two of them right here. Would they miss one? I mean, come on. You don't need two. What's the purpose? Yeah, so grab this one or this one. They don't need two of them. So that was day one, 1.5 or 1.5 or whatever you want to call it.
They wouldn't miss one or two. It's coming out of Bob paychecks.
This was the soap the next morning at All Star Movies.
A bar of soap exists.
The old Disney soap. Nothing like using Disney
Several of
soap.
them have found their way into various pieces of luggage over the next, or will find their way into various pieces of luggage over the next 18 months.
I'm sure they will. This was the next day, Wednesday. We're heading to the Magic Kingdom. Finally getting there. And this is on the monorail, getting ready to head there. We'll skip through some of this pretty quickly. Just a lot of people talking and murmuring and making noise like you usually hear on the monorail. And there's the castle off in the distance. And we zoom in there a little bit. So, and then this was it, walking into Disney.
That's not walking into Disney.
What is it?
Walking into the Magic Kingdom?
Walking into the Magic Kingdom. Thank you.
We were already in Disney.
Yeah, we were at Disney, just not Magic Kingdom.
I didn't realize you got this.
Now, do you want to talk about what happened with the Daz?
Yes, we hate public transportation. That video is still playing.
I know.
Did you
It'll
drive
stop
to ticket and transportation? Yes, we usually do. Because when we are coming back, and if anyone's tired, I don't really want to stand on a bus holding a child that is taller than me, and that's what happens sometimes. So
yeah. So we drove the van, which was nice.
What happened with the Daz?
Well, so normally, like last February, you go to the guest services line, which is just outside of the Magic Kingdom.
Or whatever park.
Yeah, or whatever park, but in this case, at Magic Kingdom.
It's outside the gate to get in.
Yeah.
And they usually take a picture, and then then they scan all our bands.
Right. And so in this case, I went there like I normally would. I actually went out of my way to go over to the right-hand booth where it's guest services. And
Mary said we got down so fast. So Mary, where did you go to get it?
And I have a feeling they're still doing it at guest services, but the cast member that I talked to basically made it sound like you're going to need to go to, town hall or it's the building next to town hall. What is it? I can't remember. I know what it is, and I can't think of it. It's right next door to town hall on the left hand side.
Not commissioners or something like the
Anyway, it's the building next to town hall. And she almost made it sound like that's where we're sending you because the line was so long out here. It wasn't. There was no line. I could have just walked in.
Again?
Disability
access
service, something like that.
Why can't they just make it something like disability access service and hospitality, something they can call it DASH?
DASH. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it's next to City Hall. It wasn't actually City Hall, though.
So that way it lines up with the lightning lanes, but we take DASH from The Incredibles.
No,
Correct.
it was City Hall. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't City Hall. It was the building next to it.
Just to the left of City Hall. It was not technically the City Hall building.
It's the guest service area inside the park.
Chamber of Commerce.
That's it.
Chamber of Commerce
Which they
building.
probably do more than any Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, it was the Chamber of
DASH
Commerce
would be
building.
good. Disability access
service
and hospitality.
Yeah, I'd like that. No, it was Chamber of Commerce building just to the left of City Hall.
We just leave out the ampersand.
So I went out of my way to go to where we usually get the DAS pass. Which took some extra time because then
I'm coming up with all the good ideas.
I
should be Bob Paycheck.
You should be Bob Paycheck. Yes. So we wasted time doing that. Then they sent us inside.
Bob Paycheck.
What?
Maybe someday he will be Bob Paycheck.
Yes, and then I'll have all of the access to Song of the South that I want.
Jeez. So they sent us inside the park to get the DAS, which then we had to wait in line there, which there was a line. One person was getting served, working to get whatever they needed, but they didn't have their whole family there. And so they're just standing there waiting for their family to show up. Now, in my book, if they're not all there, you tell that person to go to the side and wait over here for a few moments while the rest of your party arrives. No, they just stood there twiddling their thumbs, waiting for these people to show up. And I don't think they ever showed up until after we ended up finally getting into another window. But that was a little annoying. It was sort of not a great taste to start off the day at Magic Kingdom. So it ended up taking longer than it really needed to.
Steve, you just gave away when the time for everyone to come and harass you.
Start planning your next Disney trip next September. Be there the 21st through October 1st. Okay.
Can we speed this up?
Yeah,
Marcus is probably getting married then.
Yeah, he will. He'll probably get married then.
What? I'm going to find a job, learn how to drive, get a girlfriend, get engaged, all within the span of less than a year.
It can happen. And here we are.
And plan the entire wedding.
And here we are, walking down Main Street, USA. Finally. And this was Wednesday. This is beginning of the day. You can see it's about 10 o'clock there. We didn't get there extremely early. We didn't do a rope drop.
Wow, Marcus is on the fast track. Yeah, I just need to find someone.
Here are the Cinderella pumpkin things that we were talking about. Now, Mary, like she said, she wasn't happy with the fact that they got rid of the regular pumpkins. They replaced them all with this. They could have easily done every other one. Maybe
who cares? It's a special event. It's not like Halloween comes around once every year, right? Yeah, who is this mystery girl? Yeah, I don't know. But my mom is making stuff up.
We're going home.
Okay, we don't have a name yet? Okay, fine. But yeah,
okay,
I mean, they
enjoy your movie. What are you going to see?
That pumpkin stinks? No, it's a nice pumpkin. I like it more than the Mickey one. See, I'm being contrarian right now.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Movie.
Mary wants her money back because they didn't have the right pumpkins there.
Marcus can be a guest on Disney Couples podcast by next September. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Mary's Vacation because the pumpkins were different. They weren't Mickey Mouse pumpkins.
That's kind of rough. Let's see if these folks are awake, guys. If you're happy, clap your hands.
Oh yeah, I heard this inside one of the stores.
If you're happy and you know it, lick your nose.
If you're happy and you know it, and your face can surely show it. If you're happy and you know it's $1. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, not anymore. I like that too. That's a good one. I love that one. So we're starting to have some fun at Magic
Mary,
Kingdom.
I don't have a crown anymore.
Well, yeah, you do.
Well, I have a crown, but it has no power.
It lost its power, huh?
There
he's
is no girl.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
There is no girl, not one,
No.
none.
If I was dating, I'm sure you guys would know about it.
There's none girls. Okay.
None
Well, there are
percent.
girls that talk to him, but none that he goes out with.
I love these fountains. These fountains.
Mary,
you
you are just too particular about how your Halloween goes. You need to let go sometimes.
nice old 50 on the castle.
Yeah, Mom, what do you have lined up for me?
I have not picked any of my children's spouses.
Okay, let's
Okay.
trot out the ladies. Hate your hair, not likely. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And let me guess, you have a great personality. Is this really the best that you could do?
This is an important picture here.
For that ticket price, you're not letting go. Oh yeah.
This was at the beginning of the
Can I
day.
just be honest?
Me and
none of the
Jack.
targets are worth anything except for like 2 of them.
There's like 2 or 3 targets. If you hit them, you get like
in
100,000
that first
points
room.
each
I can
shot.
max it out if I get the aim just right.
If you get that one arm on the one robot that's
Yeah.
doing this, you get
Yeah,
the one
and
target on
You're
it.
more likely to get the one arm on the robot if you're the one controlling the car.
Uh-huh. But anyway, so this is how I started the first ride of the day. Me and Jack are on it. That's where we're at. So that was good. That was a good start. So things started to improve. Space Mountain, always got to do Space Mountain.
And we saw
They
way
don't
too much.
really care. They wanted to hear about the 50th anniversary celebration.
Okay, well, I'm blowing through this stuff. Oh yeah, mask on, mask off. Okay. This was annoying.
We don't care.
No, this was annoying because back in February when it was, you had to wear your mask the whole time.
Except for when you were eating.
It was-
Then it was okay.
Yeah, unless you weren't chewing, then they could yell at you.
No, that wasn't the rule yet.
But they still yelled.
It wasn't California rule yet.
But they yelled at your mom about it because she wasn't chewing noticeably enough.
And she was outside.
And she was outside. But on this trip now is masks on only when you're indoors, masks off when you're out. So apparently germs can't affect you when you're outside, even if you're packed like sardines next to 50,000 other people waiting for fireworks for 4.5 hours. But if you're inside, germs are going to assault you immediately. So they literally had white lines where the cast member would say, as you were passing this line on the ground, you need to have your mask on. So that was fun. But it got a little annoying on, off the whole day. Some of the statues we got some pictures of.
The golden
COVID doesn't
statues are cute.
Crowds. COVID doesn't like the crowds. Well, if you're Obama's birthday party, they sure don't.
Yes. Oh, Mary says, please don't wear her in the pool.
I like how no one reacted to what I just said.
I was ignoring it.
Thank goodness. And please don't wear it in the pool.
So yeah, the first Mickey bar of the trip. Okay, here you go. Masks on at all indoor. Here, this is an interesting video here.
Okay, just to make it clear, do not exist on plastic honeybees.
Mary heard it.
Exist on plastic holidays. However, as soon as you cross here, that's where the germs start to invade the air.
There's COVID.
Now we need to put our masks
Can't you
on.
see it? I can see it. As
And
soon as you crossed in.
well, because now the
There's no
germs
COVID on that wall.
are eradicated from this area.
So you've got all these touch screen things that apparently are completely non-germ free now. So you don't have to worry about them. They do
You
nothing.
said non-germ?
Or
Right?
they're germ free. They're germ free. Yeah, they have no germs.
Put your mask on to touch the honey. Hey, Mary, based on the way I'm talking, do you think I cared? Marcus touched the honey. He touched the butt.
Go
you did.
Go back to the stocking.
There, stockings. Winnie the
Did
Pooh
they have
stockings.
those on? Bless you. Did they have those on Friday?
Yes, they did.
Wow, that would have been something.
I almost did. Yeah, I know. I was thinking, but this was like they had a very, very poor supply of Pooh merchandise at the Pooh store in Magic Kingdom.
They didn't want the kids licking the honey.
The Pooh.
Plenty of germs on that
Win.
wall.
And
Just
they
not
had
COVID.
very little Pooh stuff at the UK in Epcot.
Well, you'd hope it was
I
confined.
wanted that Pooh stocking.
I'm sorry. It's still your birthday month. Things can happen.
He uses that as an excuse.
Birthday
But-
month. You have a birthday month all month. So
Do I get a birthday month?
sure.
The funny part from Christopher Robin.
But share my birthday month with Jesus.
There's good old Dumbo.
Pooh putting honey on Christopher Robin's face. The funny part from Christopher
Listen,
Robin.
I went on this vacation and I don't want to watch all your pictures. The stocking was very cute. I thought I was getting it for my birthday. Since
I'm
I
sorry.
picked it up and showed it to him.
No, we were a little bit disappointed because our favorite chef, Chef Ken, was not able to be at the Plaza restaurant.
And supposedly his last name's Brown, which
It's Chef Ken Brown. That's what his name is. And so our waitress, very nice. We've had her serve us before. Yeah, she's really nice personality.
Tag. Does
Very
everybody who's watching know what the blue tag means?
yes, blue tag. You know what the blue tag means. Hey, Newcastle. I forgot. That's right. She was from Newcastle, which is literally about 40 minutes from us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talked about that while she was waiting on us. But yeah, the blue tag, obviously that's
given by they're voted on by cast members.
other
Christopher
cast members.
Robin would be an easier costume. That's true. However, none of my children could pick easy. This
Yum.
was a French dip. No.
Yeah, it was a French dip. As you
it's literally the worst bun shape for a
With-
sandwich like that.
with horseradish
which
sauce on
technically
it.
it's not a sandwich because the bread is connected at the bottom. It wasn't even a sandwich.
This is a nice front shot of the castle.
Okay, so this is on September 29th.
Yes.
This is the
And look at the
20th.
crowd. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Look at this. There's like nobody there. Because everybody was waiting. They were saving up their Magic Kingdom Day for October 1st. So we were loving it that day. I mean, the lines were very short. This was I don't know exactly what the story was with these three, but I called them the Dream Team. Apparently, this trio of cast members have been like the computer somehow puts them together on different rides and keeps them together as a group. They don't know why exactly, but yeah,
September 29th was 35% capacity. Yep.
we were having fun.
Now,
And here,
so this is Samantha.
Samantha, the Gallaghers. There's Patrick. We got to meet up with them and did a couple of rides with them at the Magic Kingdom. We were on the good old Jungle Cruise. Actually got a little video
The
here, but
West Wing.
we'll skip that.
The East Wing.
And also Splash Mountain, which again was almost practically a walk-on. It was no weights, hardly any weights at all. In fact, that guy in the back, it isn't him. That almost looked, for a split second, I thought that looked like Rick Forbes, but it's not. And I'm supposed to give a shout out to some other international podcaster, but I haven't seen him on the show tonight, so I'm not going to give him a shout out unless I see him. Good old Splash Mountain.
No, we didn't see him.
Right.
No, we did not see Lou.
What's that?
Josh asked if we saw Lou Mangello. I don't think he exists. I did.
Hiding again.
I've actually met Lou before at a conference.
Yeah, we actually, and it was about 4 years ago, something like that. Yeah, it was funny because I saw a post of him at the Magic Kingdom standing right near a spot where I had just been maybe 15 minutes earlier. And I was like, are you kidding me? And this particular ride, they say that you may get wet. This particular ride of Splash Mountain with the Gallaghers got completely drenched. I mean, it felt like the water was hitting my face for about 3 or 4 seconds straight. It just kept coming and coming
we have
and
our
coming.
masks on.
Oh yeah.
My mask is sopping wet, and I take it off, and we're outside. We're in this log outside, and it's moving, and there's a little announcement to keep your masks on at all times on this ride.
Yeah, I was almost choking because when I breathed in right after the splash part, I breathed in and I was sucking water into my nose from my mask. It was that wet. Once we got off the ride, I literally wringed the mask and it was dripping water all over the place. It was just, oh my goodness.
Now,
yes, it was good weather that day. It wasn't cold. I didn't mind being wet, but the mask thing was a little disturbing. Not being able to breathe there for a couple of seconds while I'm snorting water into my nose. Oof.
Yeah, it was. We always ride Splash Mountain every trip, and it's always, is this going to be our last ride?
What's going to be our last ride?
They're going to change Splash Mountain.
Yeah, I like that, the waterboarding on Splash Mountain.
They're going to change Splash Mountain into the Princess and the Frog.
Yes, they are.
Is that good or bad?
Good.
It's good?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Voila. Oh, you look so...
yeah, Patrick got to stay dry somehow. I was in the front.
Stupid.
It was fun. Rick Forbes, I don't see him on the show tonight, so I'm going to skip by these. These are Rick Forbes, one of his favorite attractions. So,
what is it?
When Marcus gets full access to Song of the South and Bob Paycheck, he will bring back Splash Mountain. Yeah, then I'd probably get rid of any trace of Princess and the Frog at all.
Honestly, I cannot believe that Disney would focus on Splash Mountain and not these offensive country bears. They are downright offensive.
What's that one song all about anyway? I don't get it. That one song, Blood on the Saddle. What is that all about? I don't get it.
I don't know. But there are some lines in there that are crude.
Well, and like you said, it's offensive. The whole thing offends my senses. I'm not a big country bear jamboree fan, if you want to know the truth. Here's a good picture, Patty. You could use this one for something. You were looking for a good front picture of the castle?
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
I wanted a front picture of the castle at October 1st or later. not on September 29th.
Oh, because it was different. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Okay.
So, who here likes Country Bear Jamboree?
Does anyone like Country Bear?
Think poorly of you if you like it. But I just want to know somebody's thought process on Country Bear.
Yeah. Anyone like it? Just wondering. And then here's a little bit of an update video of good old Tron as it's being worked on. Still under construction, still there. Not quite sure when they're going to have that open. I'm guessing it's going to be at least another year based on the way things have been moving.
Okay, so you went through the Plaza Restaurant without us talking about the changes at the Plaza Restaurant.
The menu stinks.
The menu is hugely different. So Josh says the Country Bear Jamboree is so weird. Great big puddles of blood on the ground. How's that song still playing at a kid's attraction? Yeah.
Well, it was made back when kids were, what's the word? Able to take stuff. They played cowboys and Indians.
That's true.
And they would pretend to kill each other.
Mary loves it, though.
Okay,
there's a couple of songs I like. I'm just not crazy about the thing as a whole. But Mary loves them, so we're gonna give her that.
Okay, so at the Plaza Restaurant, I'm going backwards. You don't have to. I guess you are. There are no more milkshakes, are there?
Not everyone was a winner. Yes, Mary.
Plaza Restaurant?
Yeah.
No, I thought they did have milkshakes. I didn't get one, but I could have. I should have, but I didn't. Yes, everyone's a winner. Everybody gets a trophy.
Oh, okay. So they do have, what they do not have are the fried green tomato sandwich. And they used to do it gluten-free too. And I loved it. And, that's the only place I've ever eaten a fried green tomato.
Oh, that's right. You didn't get your fried green tomato. That's what it was.
But in addition to that, they used to have, if I didn't get the fried green tomato sandwich, they had a strawberry salad that was wonderful. And they do not have that on the menu anymore.
I love this little photo bomb thing in the back here. You like this? Look at it. There we go.
So they changed the menu a lot. Just saying.
Yes, they did. They did. And Chef Ken had actually said something about the menu changing. And yeah, they are not quite as gluten-free friendly as they used to be. But we knew that. Or at least I knew that, and I mentioned it to you, Patty, but you didn't.
How have we not gotten through like one day yet?
See, Mary's grandfather loved Big Al. That makes a difference. What's Kelly saying? It reminds me of my in-laws' sentimental reasons. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You have some things that you link to a certain ride or attraction. It always makes a difference.
Guess
yeah, mostly.
Supposedly, Walt's last laugh was seeing the Country Bears.
Yes, I link positivity and progress to Carousel of Progress. But after changing it, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it.
But once Tom Hanks does the new narration, as they're planning
in the last scene, I'm not sure what to expect at this point.
I mean, those futuristic laser discs, though.
You know what I'm talking about with the last scene.
No, so what are they going to do? How are they going to do the last scene? Are they taking up the current last scene?
They're going to have to. I mean, they got to gut that thing or change it around somehow to make it look more modern. I mean, the last scene is basically based off of 90s technology. And they even mention in the narration of it, they say something about, the new century in front of us or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, the new century that's already 21 years old.
Okay, Marcus, tell the trip in 2 minutes or less.
I was taken against my will.
He was kidnapped. Kidnapped, I tell you.
I was tired but slept well at the same time, which makes no sense. It was sort of fun. Friday was probably my favorite day.
Friday?
And
Friday. Okay. I
then
thought.
then we left, and it's all good.
So what did you do Friday? Because that was the day.
So,
See,
Marcus,
he liked the day that I wasn't
realize-
around because I was at Magic Kingdom and they went off and did stuff outside the parks.
Do you realize? I know you're 18. Okay.
So in other words, he says he
there's
hates
less
me.
Risk of you being taken from us now, but you're homeschooled and you're on the air saying I was taken against my will. It sounds like
I was taken to Disney against my will.
You didn't have to go. You could have stayed home.
What would I have done for a week? I probably would have died.
You can't feed yourself. Yeah. So
You
Mary
liked
wants
the
to
day
know.
you weren't there.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It sort of says something, doesn't it?
Certainly wasn't a highlight. Yes, you got that right, Mary.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so here's
He's a big boy. He could have stayed home.
Yes, he could.
Mary, you're giving me too much credit.
So here's the deal. Jeff is a type A personality in Disney. Not at home, not for many aspects, but in Disney, he has an agenda and he wants to cram in as much. Like, we don't have a day where we go to the park and then we go back to the resort and go swimming. We don't do split days. If we're in the park, we are in the park from as early as we can till as late as we can. Now, when unless, except that year when we had annual passes, because it wasn't like we were rushing to have to do everything during the trip in the parks. So I didn't feel like I had to get every nickel wrenched out of our time in the parks for that park day. But when we had annual passes, we mixed things up. We did half day at the park. Now,
we did this.
I will say, you used to want to be there at rope drop and be there till park close.
So the moral of the story is we need annual passes.
Okay, so
Go ahead, continue.
You've gotten much better because physically I cannot handle it.
You, Belle.
And I've recently it started around fair time, lots of joint issues. So I am taking life much slower. So therefore, you have been great. It's not like you're saying, "Come on, get out of bed," and and then dragging me through the park by my hair at night. But I am not that way. I'm on vacation. We're going to relax. We're going to have a good time and be much more relaxed about it. I think that's why Marcus appreciates it. Is that?
Do you know what that little wife will be?
Marcus?
What?
Is that
You,
what you
Val.
appreciate?
Well, you were talking. We were just having a conversation here.
Yeah, sorry.
Is that what you appreciate?
That it's slower and more relaxed,
So what we did,
like an actual vacation should be.
yeah. What we did is we went to breakfast. We went to the Polynesian. We rode the monorail. We had lunch. What are you laughing about? I know I keep seeing it. That's Marcus's logo.
Yes, Marcus made this up earlier today in Photoshop.
It was a pain learning how to use Photoshop.
Does anyone know what this is in the audience?
Yeah, you're circling nothing to them.
This right here. Does anyone know what this happens to be? A sort of a mockery.
It looks like a poorly drawn Mickey head.
Yes, but what is this down here that the Mickey ears are attached to? We'll give you a moment to think about it.
You can look at the one. It's obviously more
I
of an
knew
oval than the other one.
it would be Josh. I knew it would be Josh. Super Smash Brothers. Yes.
Yeah.
So he took a little. Why did you do this? Explain a little bit.
Because just today, this is actually today news.
This is today news. This is today news.
You heard this news?
Go ahead.
Sora from Kingdom Hearts is in Super Smash Brothers. Now, I'm sure most Disney fans would know what Kingdom Hearts is at this point.
Yeah,
except for our family.
So I think most people know Kingdom Hearts is a Disney intellectual property. Okay.
And Square Enix, but nobody knows who they are.
Yeah. So a character from Kingdom Hearts is in some Nintendo game or something. Is that what it is?
Yes. Which I find really ironic because Disney partnered with Universal to make theme parks and movies.
Oh, are you going to take that? Are you going to take that challenge lightly?
You can't beat me with standard Kirby. It has to be yellow Kirby.
Oh man. Uh-oh. I think them's fighting words.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Man. Yeah, I think you guys are going to have a challenge.
Josh is a little too sure of himself.
But anyway, so Marcus threw this together today.
She's saying something. We can't hear her.
Go ahead.
I said we could stream that challenge.
Yeah, we could just post a lobby room online and watch people try and beat me.
Hey, Josh, Avery, Marcus.
He was playing with before I was born. Yes, and I've probably accumulated more time in this game than since I was born. You were playing before I was born.
In the last couple of weeks, possibly.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, I haven't done this all night. I'm thirsty. Gaston. There we go.
Okay.
But yes, there are literally no Disney characters in the game, but a Mickey head made it in. That's it.
That's it.
Just a Mickey head.
Yeah, I think that could be interesting. A live stream game challenge between you and Josh Avery.
I mean, we can set it up easily.
We're gonna have to try and you got that. What is that?
Capture card.
Capture card thing.
Kill the beast.
Do that one? Yeah, this could be good. This could be good. We'll have to do some test runs.
Kill the beast.
What show made her cry? Do we know which show made you cry? We're not sure. We need details on that one. Anyway, let's see. Where were we?
Hey, everybody,
we got tons of other stuff to show. I don't think we're going to get through it tonight. This was the last Happily Ever After. Of course, we weren't in the main pile of people.
Kill the beast.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, that's up.
Kill the beast.
Seeing it live again. I think the next time we see it live for the first time in years, we'll probably get a little emotional about it, I'm sure.
Josh cannot let this go.
Made her cry in the show where you beat Mark. Oh my goodness. I thought I would cry at the castle, but that show got me. Yeah, I think it'll get us too, Mary. We didn't get to Hollywood Studios on this trip, but I think the next time we do see it, though, that's going to be a number of years since the last time we've seen it. So it's going to be a big deal. So we ended up not doing the Happily Ever After fireworks. Me and Jack, we just sort of watched it from back.
Kill the beast.
We watched it from back here near the teacups over here, and that restaurant over here, and behind us was
KILLTHEB
Cosmic Rays behind us.
AST. Kill the beast.
Kill the beast. So we didn't. We did. So we sort of watched the last Happily Ever After, but not exactly. This was fun. This was a little bit of a Jack running the show here. we need the volume on this one. Here we go. Okay, here we go. You guys are flying. Yeah. Look at the thrill on Marcus's face. Okay. I think I've tortured you enough
Marcus
with that
just said, my brother drives better than I do.
But then I have to get what happened? What did you say? What did you say?
I'm glad he laughed about it. I said Marcus is sitting there saying my brother drives better than I do.
I mean, that's what I was thinking the entire time. So
now I got to give kudos to Marcus here. So in the morning with me and Jack, I got my 999, This was near the end of the day at Magic Kingdom on Wednesday. Back at the Astro Blasters, and here he is with his 999 score. Like father, like son, we almost always get our 999. Not every time.
We destroy our arm usually at Hollywood Studios on Midway Mania.
Midway Mania. Oh my goodness. Who came up with that gun?
Remember,
trigger
it was
thing?
originally a button
game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
They never made its way over to Florida.
Ratatouille video game.
Okay, so we haven't even talked about the really important things, like Marcus does have his permit.
Yes, he does. Whoa, Marcus.
We haven't talked about the Ratatouille. Why don't we have Jack tell them about? I know this is skipping ahead, and that's okay.
Nobody cares about the middle of the trip. This is literally the most boring stuff we could touch on at this point.
Yeah, go ahead.
We did ride the Ratatouille ride, and Jack, why don't you tell us about the Ratatouille ride?
It smells like bread, and I felt like a tiny mouse.
You felt like a tiny mouse?
Squirted by water.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We did get squirted by water. That was pretty cool.
And he felt like a tiny mouse.
And it smelled like bread.
And it smelled like bread. So there you have it.
I did not smell the bread.
Better than Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I did not smell the bread. Probably because my mask smelled like mold by the end of the day because of all the water and stuff in it.
Mickey's.
I don't know. If it was in English, I'd say it was better than Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah,
or at least it's as good.
It's as good as Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But you're right. It was weird because
he says he likes Ratatouille better.
I mean, I do like Ratatouille better, but
well, it was weird because, like Marcus was just saying, it was almost entirely in French. So they literally took the ride from
Paris.
Disneyland Paris, brought it over here, basically cloned it from what I understand. I thought they would maybe translate it into English. No.
But for some reason, some of the voice lines are in English.
Mary said she didn't get to ride it. And so we should feel very bad.
And what's even weirder is the one Goose Go line while you're waiting in line is in English.
Yeah.
And then his next one was entirely in French.
Yeah, there were some English lines in it, but most of it was done in French. But that aside, it was pretty darn amazing. And like Jack said, you said you felt like a little mouse, or did you feel like a rat or a mouse?
Both.
Both. Okay. Yeah, you're sort of like down at, rat level. You're down at floor level, basically the entire ride. There's a few times where you're running around on top of stuff, but most of the time you're down under, pretty much from the rat's point of view. And it was interesting. It was a good ride. And even though we sort of we did not get the 7 o'clock virtual queue. I did all the things, I did the atomic clock, and I did the thing where you click it in advance just before you get the 7 o'clock. I did all that stuff.
Why in the world was it in French?
I don't know.
I don't like that it's in French. There's like 3 voice lines that are in English.
So, we missed out on the morning line queue. 1 o'clock, me and Patty sort of tag teamed. And well, actually, we used in the morning. I used my laptop as the clock and my phone. This time we didn't have the laptop, so we just used the other phone as a clock. We used her phone as the one to hit the button on, and I hit refresh. I think it was 12:59:57. I hit refresh. It came right back, nothing. I hit refresh again, came back, nothing. I think I hit it 3 times almost instantaneously, and the third time it came back with a number 162 in the virtual queue. We were like pretty much biting our nails most of the time, watching the virtual queue all night long, all afternoon and evening,
and many
wondering if we'd get on or not.
Many times the queue would just you'd see it would stop for 20 minutes. Like they're not calling any new boarding groups, and
I feel like we've
and
talked
the
about
rides
Rapitude
would go down,
sufficiently.
and
I feel like we've talked about Rapitude enough.
But it was a good ride. I would definitely recommend it. The only unfortunate thing was because of the timing, it ended up being
No
we
caps.
ended up getting into the line like around between
Max out.
9:30 and 9:45 into the queue, the actual queue. And right as we were getting into the queue sort of winds back and forth outside the building. Right as we were getting into the queue
I
in the
trusted-
building, putting our masks on, of course, because we were in a building with germs. That's when the fireworks started for Harmonious, and it would have been nice.
I thought you were going to talk about the really important thing.
What's that?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes,
That's-
we rode the ride during, but okay, so you go to get in this virtual, in the real queue, not a virtual queue, because now it's a real queue. You go to get in this line, and I recognize at this point that I am beyond thirsty. There is nowhere. It had closed probably at 9 o'clock.
Oh,
The only place to get anything to drink over there. And I find that so strange that you would have people standing outside for half hour, 40 minutes without making sure you have beverages nearby.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
There is DAS available?
Yeah, we were just stupid and didn't do it.
No, you still have to get into the queue.
Yeah, but we were still stupid and didn't do it.
Well, no, you can do now. So we did finally learn once we got into the virtual queue. Yes, we could use the DAS, but all it does basically at that point, after our virtual queue number would have come up, is then it bypasses, the queue. It bypasses.
Which I actually wouldn't mind
Which-
at that point.
I would go see it once. I would go see the actual queue one time. There were a couple of cute things about it. I won't give it away. I will probably be putting some videos out maybe in the next few days with it if you want to watch them. But it had a couple of cute scenes and things from the movie. But really, it wasn't a super stupendous drop everything kind of queue where you're going to say, man, I got to do that every
The
time.
funny part from Ratatouille.
Yeah, it was very underwhelming to watch it.
One or two times I'd be okay with it, and then after that I'd use the DAS and bypass it and go right to the ride.
Like 90% of the queue was hallways and corridors,
Well,
and then one open area.
We were told you have to see the queue.
Yeah, it was amazing. Everyone said,
But
It
again,
was- I've seen better queues.
even if I was told it wasn't amazing.
Toy Story Midway Mania has a queue that you want to go down.
Yeah, that's
every
a good
time.
one. But no,
Also, Mr. Potato Head says a line like every 2 seconds.
yeah,
Gusto is up there. 30 seconds go by. He still hasn't done anything. Oh, and now he's only speaking French.
Yeah. no. I even if they didn't tell me the queue is fantastic like they did, I would have still wanted to see it at least this one time, just because it's the first time we've ever ridden it. So
Because your wife was so dehydrated that she could not have a good time. Is that why?
exactly.
Okay.
And this
Are
was
we
earlier
still-
in the day. This was later on, or basically a photo pass that
You're
the
still on
Gallagher sent to us.
September 29th.
What's that?
I said you're still on September 29th.
I know. I'm just trying to. Do you want to just stop here, or do you want to keep going?
I want to stop.
Okay. So basically, yeah, the next day we're going to stop, but the next day was Thursday. This was a non-park day, and had breakfast at Ohana.
Mary said I should have sent someone for water. The problem is there was nowhere nearby.
No, basically everything nearby was closed, and there's no way any of us could jump out of the line at that point to go get something. So
And you would have had to go to like one of the stands, near the front area of France. And
Mary says, "Stop here. It's been almost 2 hours." Yeah, and
Out
it's very hot in our little studio upstairs. But yeah, so yeah, I guess and we'll probably call it a night right now. I'm gonna get some videos out, of Ratatouille. I'll get some videos out from the morning of the actual rope drop that I was at for the anniversary date. Again, it was crazy. It was crazy, but it was a nice crazy. I mean, most of the people there were just having fun. It was a very festive, moment. Even though people were packed in, they were pretty much being polite with each other. It was an enjoyable morning, and it actually went fairly smoothly. But
so we still have to do September 30th first.
I know this is September 30th right here. This is
Well, then we're going to stop here.
so we'll stop here.
We did go to Ohana for breakfast, and we'll talk about that next time.
And we'll continue with the trip report from
Uh,
Ohana, which is
and-
probably
and-
good because I think this is one of the last pictures that downloaded to my laptop before the show started. So I think I may be out of pictures here anyway. Yes, that's it. That was the last one that downloaded.
So, and
Perfect.
then when you talk about October 1st, we can talk about all the exciting things we did on October 1st without you.
True, you can do that. And I can actually maybe hear about what you guys did too. Because I mean, I know some of what you guys did, but I didn't get a lot of the details.
And maybe, just maybe, I did post a picture of that drink we got on October 1st. But Mary, that was so kind of you to offer after. No, but I probably should have posted. I'm dehydrated. And
They would have had to toss the water through the queue though somehow to get it to you.
I started coughing, and I know. Did you notice the people behind us started putting masks on? My throat, when your throat gets really dry, and I started coughing only because my throat was so dry. But I know that people were probably thinking like I was doing them. So.
Oh, I was going to say, Mary said that they had a nice dinner at Skipper Canteen with John on 10-1. Yeah, that's the day that John Sakari did a little bit of a meetup at Carousel of Progress at Magic Kingdom. Actually, Mary, I thought you guys were going to be our guest. I don't know, maybe I misheard that or something, but yeah, next time, I already said something to John. I said, we're going to have to do first off, he needs to meet the whole family. Unfortunately, he was devastated.
He was devastated. Is that why he couldn't do the show today? Because he's still recuperating from
think that
being
might be
devastated.
He's so devastated that he only got to meet me because I'm such a low life. He did not get to meet my wife, Marcus, or Jack, but he did, and I haven't even gotten to show you this yet, Marcus. I did show you, Patty, but we'll save it for next week. He recorded a special video just for you.
Who?
John Sakari.
Just for me.
Big fat panda.
Sure.
He was so upset that he did not get to meet you in person. So yeah, he did record a bit of a little personal video for you.
Sure.
He did.
So next week we'll talk about John Sakari and but Mary, that was so nice that you got to spend time with him. He seems like a delightful person, although I didn't get to meet him, so I don't know. And even if I did meet him, maybe he really isn't, and we just don't know. I don't know.
He could be sneaky. I don't know. Yeah.
But so we will talk about our breakfast at Ohana, and we've done it before, so we will compare it to what we know it to be like. What else did we do? What did we do for dinner that evening on the 30th?
I'd have to look at the pictures to remember. Okay, so yeah, we did that. Well, yeah, we did that. We went to the outlet store.
We did.
Oh,
Disney Springs, and that was on Thursday.
No. Thursday. Thursday was the meetup. Monorail Tales meetups. We'll
That's
take it
right.
up from there.
Oh joy.
So we did the meetup. There's
Got to meet up with a couple other podcasting groups as well.
I have a new favorite in place of the pineapple Dole Whip floats.
Oh yeah.
I have a new favorite thing that I got. I never even got one pineapple Dole Whip because I have this other favorite now.
That was amazing. I was surprised that happened.
Yes, so you'll have to tune in to find out what my favorite is. In place
And you won't even have to wait a full week.
They have to wait a full week.
Wait, I do have a couple of pictures I do absolutely need. This will be a teaser for next week's show. And next week's show will be back on Monday night at 8:00.
Are you going
We
to
won't be able to go 2 hours.
No, we won't be able to go 2 hours. But here, I'm just going to blow through these pictures very quickly. Okay, here we are. This was us getting to the Polynesian, walking in. You all probably are familiar with that entrance there. They did have the Pog juice back.
Not
What?
good, though.
This is
Wait. It's getting there. Here it comes. This is the teaser right here.
And I'm telling you, if I was a news reporter, I'd be fired immediately. If I was a governor, especially.
It's a very compromising picture.
If I was a governor or a news reporter, I'd be fired immediately.
Or possibly the coach of Ohio State University.
Although, if my last name started with a C and ended in an Omo, it might not happen.
Jeez. If you were Urban Meyer, this could be a compromising picture right there.
What's up with that? Why does anyone even care? Wait, I want to know why it's a big deal for a football coach, but the president of the United States can get away with doing former presidents while they were in office could get away with doing some stuff and it was okay.
Kennedy did everything, I thought. And then he got assassinated, so.
Oh my
He
goodness.
is exactly like he is online, Mary said.
He's talking about Panda.
Then maybe I don't want to meet him in real life.
Yeah, Mary says she got that lemon Dole Whip Snow White cone.
I did not get the lemon Dole Whip. So you'll have to find out what I got instead of the pineapple Dole Whip.
Right.
I mean,
Mary, I know you've gotten the regular pineapple Dole Whip, special thing all the time. Mary's going to be on Grand Circle Tour next Monday. So right after our part 2 of our trip report, which is taking a long time, we'll basically you'll get to see Mary's take on her trip report on their show right after us at 9:00 after our show at 8:00. So Monday night will be another power-packed, exciting evening of 50th anniversary Walt Disney World tales. So,
and maybe we can drag this out so long that we'll go back before we're even done with this.
Yes, we'll have more stories to tell before we finish this story.
We'll go so long next week. Stan's not getting his time slot.
Mary says she's not talking for 2 hours. Yeah. But what if we do though, Mary? Then that would end up popping right over on top of that one. We'll try not to though. So we'll try and rush through ours to make sure we're done.
Go ahead.
Goodbye.
See you later, Jack.
Oh,
yes.
So one of the nicest.
Yeah, Jack has been having a coughing thing going on for the last few weeks because of the Canfield Fair. But that's freaked enough people out. You got to stay and sing. You got to stay and sing.
One of the nicest things happened on the trip down. What did you say when you found out when we were going? What did you say?
When we were going where?
When we were driving down, what did you say?
Driving down to where?
Florida. What did you say? Remember, I'm so happy.
Happy we're going to Disney.
How did you say it?
I'm so happy we're going to Disney.
So he was so happy to be going.
Yes.
And that made it worth it.
Yes.
So.
Yes, it did. Well, I think I lost my. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and you know, I say every trip he does something, or he started to sing.
Oh yeah, where that came from, I have no idea.
A little bit. Do you remember singing "Beauty and the Beast"? The song from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Tale as old as time, true as it can be. Then even friends, then somebody,
You have to
and unexpectedly,
sing loud.
just a little change. Small to say the least, both a little scared. The one prepared, Beauty and the Beast.
Very good.
Yay!
Hey.
Woohoo! Okay. So yeah, that was a new thing for Jack Jack. He doesn't usually sing, and this last trip he started singing for, I don't know, quite a bit actually. Okay, so I think it's time to wrap it up. Are you ready to sing the song?
No.
No? Well, we're going to sing it anyway.
Do you think?
What?
Josh had nothing better to do with
Josh?
his life, but he just watched us for 2 hours.
No, he's doing other stuff while he watches. Everybody
You don't know
does.
that.
Most people do.
You don't know that.
Anyway, Josh said you did a good job, Jack Jack.
No problem, Josh.
And
We'll
thanks.
have to keep in touch about your smack talk.
Oh yes, yes. We have
Do
to
you
figure
have
something
to
out, Josh, on
Sing with
the
Dad,
on that game challenge.
The what?
what song do you sing?
What's that?
Which song do
We
you
do
sing?
the Mickey Mouse song, the
See,
closing.
I was right. He wasn't doing anything else.
Oh, the Mickey Mouse song. Do you know how to sing?
Wow,
Oh.
He did just watch us for 2 hours.
we did too. We watched ourselves for 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a big waste of time.
Now it's time to say.
Say goodbye.
No.
Okay, we're gonna wait. Let's start over. You ready? 1, 2, 3. This will be a little tough because we're doing it simulcast here, but let's go. You ready? Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. MIC. See you real soon. KEY. Why? Because we like you. MOUSE. Okay. Whew. Good night, everybody. And we'll continue with part 2 of our trip report next Monday night, not Tuesday, Monday night at 8 p.m.
Well, technically this Monday night.
So where, Dad?
That's right. This coming Monday night. Yes. Not next.
We're gonna do another live next Monday.
And we'll actually get you caught up to the actual anniversary date, the Friday, October 1st date, and also then Saturday, as well as Thursday. So we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday still to
Gentleman
finish
was
out.
lost in the woods.
What's that?
The gentleman was lost in the woods.
Okay, whatever that means. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Don't know.
No.
Just made that one up. Okay. Anyway, nice to see you guys. It was wonderful having you all out there tonight.
Animated Beauty and the Beast.
That's what?
That's from the animated Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, the animated Beauty and the Beast. Okay. So anyway, glad to have you all out there. I'm going to close your window out and finish saying goodbye. I'll see you downstairs in a few minutes. Do you want to say goodnight?
Good night.
There you go. So again, thanks everybody. Glad you could be there. Sandy, I know you're not usually up this late, but I appreciate you watching, and have a good night, Mary. Have a good night, everybody out there. And we will see you this coming Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and have a magical week. Goodbye, everybody.